Hey, good people! So this is Donna Meals with Empowered Meals. That's who I am. That's what I do. um, this is week number 2 of our little Qualify Your Food, Qualify Your Life challenge. And I think we had a lot of material that we went through last week that was just good knowledge about some of the nature of some of our food and how it's grown, how it's produced, how it's, some of it isn't really good for us, etc. So I'm pretty sure I laid down some really good guidelines, and I'm thinking that it might be a really good idea to just do a little demonstration of something that's really super easy to make. And I had all the ingredients, and I thought I'm going to make some fajitas. And I am at my girlfriend's house, and she didn't have any olive oil, so I just put a little bit of organic butter in there, and I have a bunch of, have a bunch of garlic in here. I just kind of look at these beautiful veggies. As I was saying, one of those things too is just always the more color in the spectrum that you have, the better chance you're going to have to really have a lot of variety in the nutrients that are in your veggies. These are all organic veggies. They all came to me. Actually, even though I've been kind of really only doing one meal a day, I had a service that delivered organic food, and they messed up and delivered. So here we are. Make it do. So I just thought fajitas would be awesome and easy. I'm just gonna put the rest of these onions in here and give them a chance to, I got about half the onion in there and about 4 cloves of garlic. I like my garlic. A little bit of butter, 2 tablespoons. I'm just letting it all kind of stew up there. And I pre-marinated my chicken breasts, so I cut them into strips, and literally salt, pepper, garlic, coriander, cumin, and I put a little tad of olive oil and a little, maybe about a 1/4 cup of some OJ. It's off the Marinade menu. Not menu, it's the recipe blueprint for Marinade, so I'll include that. But I just, it's just second nature now. I don't have to follow a recipe. I just throw stuff together. But I just thought the orange might just give it just a little extra, you've got the acidity in there with it. And then I just chopped up the veggies that I had. I had these little heirloom cherry tomatoes and a red onion. I had a bunch of cilantro came. And it was just kind of like I was taking all the cues of what came in the box. Because if you'll recall last week, I think I went through all the rest of my food. So that's what I had in there. And I don't normally do green pepper anymore, but one showed up. Kind of comes back on me. Not the other colors, just the green. So, and then also they delivered a thing of asparagus. So I thought, what the heck? I already just pre-blanched that a little bit, so it's not, real stiff. But I thought I'm just going to add that in there so that the concentration of vegetables is even going to be higher, which is kind of where we're going. That's what we're striving for. So I just wanted to cook up that garlic. Anyway, for me right now, I'm just going to toss it back in there because it's all going to go in the one pot, but I really want to concentrate on getting this chicken marinated. And because this happens to be not a gas grill, you just never know what you're going to get with electric. So it doesn't quite tend to be as hot. Somebody's seeing you there. So I've got this baby on as high as it's going to go, and I'm just going to let it go from there and see what we can do. And then one thing I wanted to show you, and I picked this up, and I'm going to use it just because I was coming over to my girlfriend's house, and instead of bringing all my spices, I knew she had a Fraser Farms, which is a really good organic store down the street. And I popped in there and I got this Simply Organic. And it's just a little fajita mix. Basically what it is it's your seasoning is all figured out in there. And I'm gonna read it off. There's chili pepper, organic garlic, sea salt, organic onion, cumin, black pepper, and oregano and coriander. So there's a bunch of stuff in there, and you can't go wrong as long as you find something that is USDA organic. Then I'm happy. So all I'm doing really right now is just browning up. That's why I cut these strips. See how, they're pretty thin. That way it's easier to get a nice brown on them. You don't have to cook them thoroughly. I just want to get all sides a little bit with a little tiny bit of that brown. Oops. There we go. So, and then I'm going to add all the veggies back in. Seems like a lot of onion. I might just pull these little smaller ones out. I'm going to have too much. But, we've got some more garlic, cilantro. I'm just going to kind of cover it to keep that heat in because it's not a super high heat. I'm just winging it with what I got. Oh, and I am too. I'm going to add this seasoning in here. It's pretty cool to have something that's pre-measured out like that. And it's because it's organic. The reason I was stressing that, because it's organic, you can trust that there isn't a bunch of MSG and it's not mostly salt. Because a lot of those spice mixes that you can get, they tend to be, the first ingredient is salt, and it's just not the best thing. I think the first ingredient here is chili pepper. So, yeah. So, normally there isn't tomatoes in with fajitas, but they came in the box, so I was like, sure, why not? We'll have a little variety in there. I'm going to keep this covered, but I'm going to allow the steam to alleviate, a little bit. But I'm just letting these cook up, and how simple is that? It took me like 3 minutes to cut the chicken up and marinate it. It was just all stuff that was just easy. And it was just cutting up these vegetables, and I just kind of had them set aside for when I wanted to do these up. So I hope that this is almost done. I'm going to just turn this off and let it hang out because we're actually not going to eat for a little bit. But anyway, one of the other things, I'm going to have a seat over here. One of the other things that I really wanted to get into, well, the lighting's not very good here. I'm not going to be able to read my little cue cards, but so actually what I was getting at was the, I'm going to come outside here. All right, so we're out here on the porch, and one of the things that I didn't really mention that is so critical when we're talking about good health is movement, exercise. And it's so difficult sometimes to get yourself to the gym and do that whole thing. For me, myself, Peloton had this 3 years, no interest. I just had one delivered to the house, and you know, I'm like totally addicted, insane on that thing. I love it. But that may not be everybody's thing either, you know. A simple regimen of 20 minutes to a half an hour of walking every day, and you know, maybe sometimes, like I had a client and he was easily, I don't know, 200 pounds overweight. He could walk, but it wasn't really so simple to do that for 20 minutes right off the bat. So I said, you know, get up and walk to the stop sign and back, you know, and that'll be 5 minutes, 10, you know, each way, 10 minutes, and then just build yourself up to it. You know, walk around the block and then walk even further. And, you know, I've done that in the past when I was severely, you know, stunted, shall we say, after my spinal cord injury. I barely could walk. So, you know, I was out there with my little cane, and, you know, if I would even try and run, I'd fall down because I was so uncoordinated because all my little things weren't connecting. So if some of you are in that place, believe me, nobody gets it more than I. And my recommendation is to just pick a point, make that your focus, and then go a little further each day until you get to the place where you're walking for a good 20, 30 minutes. You don't have to be lifting weights or, you know, had the wine bottle challenge, you know, few months back when when the gym closed and we were all stuck inside. You know, I had these monster bottles of wine. I was doing curls with those. So, you know, you got to be, I don't know, a little bit creative sometimes, but looks like things are opening back up. You know, if you don't want to do something that's involves the gym or signing up or something, just get out there and go for a walk or get on your bike if you have a bicycle. Or, you know, I mean, I think I picked up a beach cruiser for $60, you know, on Craigslist. And when I lived at the beach, there was just the flat strand right along the beach, and that was put Paco in the little basket, and he and I, that's what we did. We did 4 miles every day. And it was my little thing. That's what kept me, I looked forward to it, you know. So anyway, that's the life hack for today. The food hack is like, hey, you don't have any excuse. How easy was that to make these fajitas? You know, it was nothing to marinate, nothing to cut up a few things, and it's just putting it all together and in a pan. And you know, the key is picking a different flavors so you have variety. And there's no carbs in there other than what the vegetables contain, so it's super low in carbs. You've got plenty of protein in there. That was a pound of chicken, so that'll serve 4, maybe even more. And I had some asparagus too, and I'm just gonna kind of throw that on the side, and that be the extra little something rather than you know, serve it with tortillas. Who needs them? You don't necessarily need them. A lot of times, a lot of the Mexican accoutrements, shall we call them, are because the economic thing was so bad. So, you know, rice, beans, and tortillas are cheap. You know, vegetables, not so easy to come by. So, take advantage of your ability to be able to have beautiful, fresh, organic vegetables at your disposal. And I can't stress enough, everybody is thinking that they're so expensive, and I would bet you that the regular stuff is not far behind, because there's been a crunch on all of, you know, the other kinds of foods, not necessarily the organic farming industry. So they're probably not too far apart. It depends on the store that you're going to, really. So, okay, so it's Monday, day 1, and that was just a little easy cheater version of the go-to for dinner. And if you can find a way to, if you haven't yet, get to the store or whatever, put together what you can for a smoothie, or just make some nice good veggies for a snack and get yourself ready with that. And go out there and have a nice green salad for lunch. Or, you know, some people, me personally, I'm only going with one meal a day, and I'm doing, you know, a protein shake. Or same thing with a smoothie, you know. So, and that's been working really well for me. Dropped another couple pounds, and I'm closing in. I'm within 10 pounds of what I weighed when I was in high school. So, don't look at the camera because it adds 50 pounds. So, I just wanted to just put the little food hack, little life hack out there and say, go for it. I'm here for you. I hope everybody is starting to figure out how easy it is to qualify your food, qualify your life. So, all right, peace out. Hope you all are just ready to rock and roll this week. Okay, take care. Ooh, weigh yourself. You'll be amazed at not only how much you feel better, you know, if you stick with this idea for the week, but you will drop. You'll drop a few pounds too. I guarantee you that. Oh, and don't forget to drink water. Water. So I'll put that in the notes. Okay, everybody, take care.